let me go ahead and make sure everything is connected properly. Heyo. All right. There we go. Mr. Bull Bobby looks like I think Bobby might be doing some troubleshooting over there for his audio. He's having some
Yep.
issues. So let me go ahead and share this out on X that we is live. Let me see where it's at. My profile screen. There we go. All right. We got it going. All right. Right on. Mr. Bull, while we're waiting for Bobby to come back, welcome back to Midweek Mining, my friend. How are you doing? Last week you were super busy. Everything keying up for you now that the season's here?
Yeah, it was just a bunch of work comes in. I have my kids have a bunch of different activities. My daughter's like into literally everything.
Cool.
Um, my son last minute wanted to go to the game. I've been promising him, so I got a deal on some seats.
Yankees
And
game?
then yeah, and then I had to deal with some Twitter girly shit going on Twitter, but nothing really worth talking about.
Gotcha.
Um, but yeah, just just a lot. It was really a lot of things at once.
Mm-hmm.
So just had to handle that.
Life comes first, brother. That's how it is, right? Next week,
Yeah.
just keeping everybody in the loop. Next week, speaking of that, I will not be here next Wednesday. So if y'all run it, that's up to you guys if you want to do it, or we can call it a bye week. Next week, I am. We were supposed to be in Bitcoin Vegas next week, but we had to cancel on that because there's a bunch of moving parts. And now I'm gonna. It's gonna sound like I'm talking smack, but I'm not. So I was supposed to go for Via BTC. I was gonna help them run their event, but it kind of like didn't come together in time, and then everything was very last minute. They were like, "Okay, let's go ahead and buy your tickets, and buy your airline tickets, get your hotel, and we'll reimburse you and all that." And I'm like, "Guys, I've been asking for this since like January. Like now everything's super expensive, and since y'all didn't commit, we kind of have other plans now because we couldn't. I got 5 dogs. I got a board. I got a mother-in-law that's very sick. We had to make sure somebody was taking care of her because she lives with us. Like there's a lot of moving parts, right? Family and stuff, and it just didn't come together in time. So we're like, we can't go to Bitcoin Vegas. However, we are taking a couple days of next week. And my wife and I are going down to Corpus Christi because we're going to be looking at houses. We've been wanting to move down to Corpus Christi for a long time. I need to move back by the water. I'm a Navy guy. I grew up in New Jersey on the water, fishermen and crabbing families. I don't like being away from the water. So, you know,
Nice.
I need to be back by the water. So we're going back down. We're gonna go ahead and start scouting houses again. There's some property down there we're looking at. So yeah, that's kind of where I'll be next Wednesday.
Nice. Congrats.
Yeah, excited about that. I've been, okay, so this stupid Zoom does this thing where it tries to center me, but it keeps trying to center off of the Cinco behind me. So it keeps cutting my face off. So I'm sorry about that, guys. I keep moving around and then it drifts me down. So I'm sorry about that. Um, but yeah, really excited. Hopefully we find something that we like so we can start getting that lined up. This is like our sixth scouting mission to Corpus. So
Wow.
we'll see how it goes. But property down there is a good price, man. I can get probably like 10 acres for what I'll end up selling my house for in Houston. I'll be on up get a nice house in like 10 acres down there uh on near the water.
Maybe you
So
could get some solar panels and throw them on your land.
that's one of the goals. Absolutely. And down there it's a lot better for it. So yeah, that's kind of one of my goals is doing that. And having some acreage so that way I can also not just do roof panels, but actually put some like standalone panels out in the field.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely part of it. Let's see if I hope Bobby's okay. Let me see if he's chatted in. Uh, I think Bobby's trying to do a reset, guys. So bear with us. We're gonna kind of do a little housekeeping and stuff while he's doing that. So far, we got about 7 people in chat. Hey guys, how's everybody doing? Everyone doing? Yeah, we're waiting for Bobby to come back. Bobby's actually going to be the one to run the hash setting it up tonight on Brains because I have my sats that I put in this morning to get ready for the purchase the hash power like we usually do, and it is currently right there as you can see. It is showing as manual review. That's not a bad thing. that's because what Bobby and I think is it's probably because every week I'm putting in different wallet addresses, different pools, and they're probably like their algorithm probably looked at it like, what's this guy doing? So it's probably just a safety feature. So we get it. Like so. Anyway, Bobby's got Sats in his account in his wallet over with Brain, so he'll be the one doing it. We're just waiting for him to pop back in, and we'll get that taken care of. So, but other than that, man, yeah, lots of stuff going on in Bitcoin mining right now, especially with Bitcoin Vegas coming up next week. You think there's going to be any big announcements mining wise next week? You think they're gonna anybody's gonna like BitDeer or Bitmain or any of them are gonna announce anything special?
Well, me, I don't know because they just announced the A4s, right? Bitdeer, the new model they have. So I'm guessing probably they won't announce nothing new.
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing because that's fairly new. They just started releasing the threes, right?
Yeah,
So my guess is they'll probably just have display stuff.
yeah,
Uh, or
I,
so if they do announce anything, it might be something like that's not even made yet, right?
yeah.
That's my
I think maybe if we're going to see any mining announcements, we're more likely to see it at in July at Mining Disrupt or at the other Mining Disrupt in when is that October in Fort Worth. I think that's where we're more likely to see any mining announcements. I think Bitcoin Vegas is going to be more of like a big suit coiner thing.
Yeah, I seen them. Yeah, exactly. I seen them posting about their AI build out too. I don't remember if it
Yeah,
was they were talking about the chips or whatnot.
BitDeer. I'm going to pull that up while you're talking about that. I'm actually going to show that because that's kind of interesting that you brought that up. Let me see here. BitDeer talking about their AI stuff. Let's see. BitDeer. I was looking at that
Yeah,
myself.
yeah, they was talking about how much compute and all this stuff. They were tweeting about that, so that was a little interesting. So I'm guessing they're going like hybrid, doing both, right? I doubt they're
Mm-hmm.
gonna. Yeah,
Yeah, which it makes sense. I mean, you're using the same infrastructure, right? So like I get it. Um,
yeah,
they're not taking away from what they do with Bitcoin. They are just adding to their business model. So,
yeah.
it's not like they're selling off their machines and doing other things. So they are still a Bitcoin mining company. So, but yeah, they're
Is
doing
there a
stuff
way?
with Kimmy and whatnot.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I seen too. Is there a way to see it on this screen too, or
Oh
just
yeah,
the
I'm
same?
sorry. Let me share it. Yeah, I'm sorry, Bull. You know me. I'm
No,
I'm
no, it's fine.
I'm done with this stuff. Let me share. Uh, there we
Because I can look
go.
at it, the spaces with another device is just so delayed.
Yeah, man.
Yep.
Now there you go. How's
Okay.
that? You can see it all right?
Yep.
Perfect. Yeah, I haven't played with the Kimmy K2.6 stuff yet. I did see that the Hermes guys were announcing it the past couple days. So like it's on my list of things to look at, but yeah. But yeah, BitDeer's got their stuff going with it with BitDeer AI. So this is kind of their new little I don't want to well, it's April 2024, but they've been coming more they've been posting more lately now that AI is obviously in the spotlight. So
Power AI growth innovation.
mm,
The main, you see the main header there.
yeah. Let me move this back over here. Hopefully Bobby comes back here soon. I hope he's okay. Hope everything's going okay with his computer.
Yep.
But yeah.
So so what's this? A manual review and huh. What's the little I say next to it?
So that just kind of tells you here. Oh no, I was hoping it would clear. Just when you cover it says deposit flag for compliance review. Your funds are safe and no action is needed. Reviews are completed on working days and may take up to 48 hours. It's been there all day like that. So I mean, I was kind of hoping somebody would get to it today, but it looks like
Yeah,
it's 7 o'clock central here. I don't think it's
yeah.
happening. So we might be on lockdown for that, guys. Just letting you know. Hey,
Oh,
what's
there's
up,
Bob.
Jez? Yeah. So.
Oh, you can hear him too. How's it going, Bob?
Hey,
Oh.
apparently my mic has a secret mute button I didn't know about.
Oh. There we go. All right.
That
Cool.
that reminds me of something. A quick 2 second story. So I had a what was it, Stingray? I think like a 24 footer. I was sharing it with another contractor buddy of mine, close friend.
Hmm.
He called me one day. He was out drinking with some girls. He called me when we had it parked in City Island, and he was like, "Oh, you got to come get me. I'm stuck. I've been here for hours. Battery's dead. This and that." I'm like, I was like, shit, I guess I can't leave him there, right? And I couldn't, and I was kind of like half asleep. So I bring him a well, went to City Island, I bring him a battery, and there was this guy there with a little small boat that was gonna drive it out, drive his boat out to him. Anyway, long story short, we bring it out to him. It was this whole process, 8 hour, whatever process, right? The thing still didn't want to start. He even with the new battery. So the battery wasn't dead. He was just a bozo. You know how on the boats underneath the where you give a gas, it
Uh-huh.
has like a kill switch. He had the friggin' switch off.
Yeah, the
He
safety
literally had
switch.
it was just a stop switch. He just
Yeah.
had to flip it off. 8 or 10 hours he was stuck out there. It was just a switch he bumped into.
Did you turn it off and turn it back on again?
Once he flipped there, started right back up. He felt like such an idiot.
Oh man, I've done stupid stuff like that too, though, so I can't
It
complain.
reminds me of Bobby's little mute button switch that he couldn't find.
Yeah,
Bobby, how's your week going, man?
not my proudest moment. Besides the
We won't
stupid
mention
mute button, it's been great.
yeah, Bobby, we won't mention
Yeah.
what kind of line of work you're in either.
Huh?
We won't mention what kind of line of work you're in either, that you didn't notice the mute
Definitely
button.
not.
Bobby's a professional football player, everybody.
I didn't have to call anyone to fix it for me.
That would
I
be
should
me.
say that.
That would be me.
Yeah.
Hot dialing. Why can't my thing work? What did I do?
I'm
Oh
on
man.
code.
Well, yeah. So, Bobby, while you were away doing your little troubleshooting there, we were just kind of talking about how BitDeer's been talking more about their AI stuff that they've been doing. You can see how they're diversifying a bit as well. Adding to their business model, investing more into their AI stuff, as well as just kind of saying, the little things that are going on. I had asked Bull. I said, do you think there's going to be any big mining announcements at Suitcoin Vegas? He doesn't seem to think so. I think if we see any mining announcements, it'll be mining disrupt. Do you think there'll be any surprises? Anything that's going to come out from Vegas that would be of an appeal to miners?
Not really. There might be like some random thing that comes out as a surprise, but yeah, I can't really think of anything.
I don't think
Seems
that's
like
really the time for it, right?
yeah, like all the big miners are not switching to AI, but definitely supplementing with AI. I don't think any like actual ASICs are going to be coming out anytime soon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
We'll see.
we'll see.
Is
Could be
Bitmain
interesting.
gonna be there as well?
What was that, Bull?
Is Bitmain going to be there also?
I assume so. They
Sure.
usually are. I know BitDeer will be there because they're having a combined side event with via BTC.
Okay.
So I know that is happening. I have Kanan will be there. I know they've announced it because I think one of their people are speaking on a panel. I think the real for me. Hey EDC, what's up, man? The big thing that I'm gonna watch next week.
I just
wanna
thought of it. I'm pretty sure it's the same thing. You're
Yeah,
like,
it's the live stream that's going to happen on the stage when Marshall and Avril, Marshall from Pleb Source and Avril from Altair Tech are up there with Want Clue, and well, Scott was supposed to be there, but apparently he bowed out of it. But it's going to be a discussion of open source versus proprietary mining rigs and such. And it's not like you're for it or you're against it necessarily. I think it's more of a discussion of the differences and things. But I got a feeling with Marshall being up there that it's going to turn into something interesting. I'm ready for it. It's going to be like a WWE match. I'm ready for it.
yeah.
So
Yeah, there's two live streams currently on Altair's channel. It's that one and one about home mining.
mhm.
So cool.
So yeah, Avril's
Like
doing
that's
both
also
of those,
with
I guess,
Avril.
right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
Avril's doing both of them.
Cool.
Nice.
Avril's a super smart guy. If y'all have ever talked to him, communicated with him, not trying to kiss the guy's ass. He's just credit where credit is due. He's a smart dude, and I can't wait to see him on stage to see what they all talk about. He's been doing this Bitcoin thing forever. He's an OG. So so is Marshall too. So it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, I'm excited to hear about those two.
Me too. Speaking of that, just as a heads up, tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Central Time, there is the live premiere of episode 6 of the Bitcoin Mining Show, sponsored by Altair. I am hosting. I have Hercules, aka Sidehack, who's been in the industry forever, almost since the beginning, and Iris, both from Gecko Science, are on the show, and we had a really cool. It was actually an hour and a half long discussion, but I had to cut it down to an hour, just because there was a lot. We did a lot of rabbit holes, and I'm gonna have to have them back one day that we can discuss some more things. But just talking about, I mean, going back to the old little stick miners, talking about all the cool stuff they do, the engineering behind what they do. Hercules Sidehack is he's an actual like full blown like robotics engineer. So they have a robotics lab in their facility. They do some really cool stuff, guys. Like check that episode out. It's worth listening to.
That's awesome.
If you're into hardware, these are the guys to watch and listen to. Especially how they got the Gecko Science name, which I had no freaking clue until he told me, and then it made total nerd sense once he talked about it. So some interesting stuff there. But yeah, cool people to talk to. I had a great time talking with them.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. It seems like they have some interesting miners like that. I think it's like the hash heater, the like coffee heater.
Mine Coffee.
I'm not a big coffee guy.
There's
Oh
a
yeah,
wall-
Mine Coffee. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
With the
I'm not a
the
big
walnut.
coffee guy, but it's really cool that they made that.
It is. And okay, so speaking of coffee, I was not a coffee drinker. Like when I was in the Navy on submarines, everybody drinks coffee. I didn't. It just wasn't my thing. I didn't start drinking coffee until like 2 years ago. And now I'll put down a Bucky's big, like the whatever they're called, 40-ounce Arctic sized coffees. Like I'll fill that every day. I have a French press. I grind my own beans every morning. I've become total freaking coffee snob. But during work days, I'll drink it's probably like 3 cups of coffee in that cup that it holds. But I'm gonna get one of those Mine Coffees now just because I was like, that is actually a freaking really cool idea. You know, it heats your coffee and it hashes at the same time. That's a cool little thing. And it has English walnut as part of the design for it, which is really nice aesthetically.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, usually you hear about heat punking with like heating your house, but that's heat punking right there.
Yeah, it is. It's reuse of that heat. And again, that's like we talk about that on the episode too, like, you know, kind of all the different things you can do with integrating miners into stuff. I mean, I just posted something I saw on Tom's Hardware again yesterday, where Pizza Andy, the guy who made the 3D printer that also hashes, he did his little him and Rick from Crypto Cloaks were up at a little like a meetup in Colorado where he got for like tech nerds, and he got to showcase his 3D filament warmer that is also hashing, and Tom's Hardware picked it up. So this guy's been on the front page of Tom's Hardware twice, which I'm sorry, but as a nerd, to me, that's like cool as shit.
Yeah, that's really awesome.
Right? So, you know, just things like that, right? Like, so you got a coffee heater, and I'm going to get one of those filament dryers. Like, I don't necessarily need it because I got AMS units, but now I want one. I'll use it just cause. So,
Yeah,
cool stuff.
I definitely would have got that one as well.
Yeah. My new
if I ever get into 3D printing, that's probably how I'll do it.
I got an extra one here if you want it, man. I got that Anycube Cobra 2 Neo here that's about to get retired if you want it. My my Cobra 3 Max shows up tomorrow. Now. I'm serious. If you want it tomorrow, I was just going to say that tomorrow my Anycube Cobra 3 Max shows up, which allows me to retire the Cobra 2. So that way I've got I'll have 3 Cobra 3s running now. Or 3 Anycubic 3s running, and that's kind of my farm that I use for 3D print on demand. But that too, man, it does the job. It's a workhorse, dude. It's a good little freaking 3D printer.
Okay, yeah,
so
I'll try it out.
All yours, brother. When you come up tomorrow, you take it home with you.
All right, I will.
And I have an AMS, or not an AMS. I have a filament dryer you can take with it too. So until you get one that hashes, yeah. So tomorrow, Bobby and I will be going down to. Let me see if this updated. Brains is opening a still manual review. Brains is opening a 6 megawatt facility in the southern half of Houston, Texas. tomorrow. Well, I think it's open, but like they're doing like their little grand opening soiree tomorrow. And Bobby and I are going. My wife was going to go. Turns out she needs to do something, so she won't be going with us. So we'll be going stag. That's her. She'll be missing out on brisket. That's her problem.
Yeah.
But we'll go down for it. Tonight I have to play with my I've got a gimbal that I told you guys last week. I bought a DJI gimbal for my phone so I can look like a typical dorky live streamer. And then I've got the DJI like lapel mics as well, so that way Bobby and I could be mic'd up while we're there and just get some footage for you guys. Show it. I'm really interested to see this because the way they presented this event is it is a meeting of area Bitcoin miners and energy, the energy people. I'm trying to think of what the correct term is, like energy field people in the area, because Texas is big on, energy. So
Yeah.
Houston's
huge on energy.
Yeah. So I have a feeling that Bitcoiners will actually be in the will probably be in the minority for this one, which is going to be interesting. So
yeah, they're fairly close to the energy corridor too, so it's not too big of a drive.
Yep. And we'll be going for that. We'll check that out. We'll spend a few hours there. Next week, again, just with the housekeeping, next week I will on next Wednesday I will not be around. I'll be down Corpus Christi. We're house hunting. So yeah, I won't be around. So if Bull and Bobby decide to have an episode, that'll get posted. I mean, I guess technically I could do it. I'll just be on my phone while I do it. So we would only be able to do X. So
yeah, we could do spaces again.
We'll do that. We'll go old school. So
yeah.
Speaking of that, one of the things that came out just a little while ago from the head shitcoiner at X, Nikita, said that they are doing away with communities on X, which that really surprised me. I mean, I can't see that it takes up that much extra memory for them to have it, but that means technically the Bitcoin army is going away, and that disturbs me because I kind of love that community.
Yeah, they're putting a list together, but that's really all we can do.
Yeah,
that sucks.
Yep. So,
met some great people.
Yeah, there is a Discord channel for the Bitcoin army, so I'll probably just make sure I'm checking that out once in a while. I don't get on Discord very often, but I'll check it out there, I guess. Yeah. Okay. So we've got 23 people in chat. Want to get some more people in there before we run the hash giveaway, make it worth it. We don't want just 3 people bidding on it. So we'll make sure we get some more people in there. Share it out. Let's get
Is this under X?
Yeah, I'm gonna share it out again on X. But
can repost it again.
Yeah, me too. Thank you. It just might be one of those weeks right now. Like a lot of people are busy. It's, we're getting into that time of year. So I'm going to share it out again. Quote. Almost. Hop in for the giveaway. Let's see if we can get some people in here. Thank you for the folks that are in here watching it. But yeah, we'll get that rolling. Oh, yeah. I have, I've got 2 S19s sitting here in my workshop that are not hashing, that I just haven't turned on because it's been getting warmer out. And I think next week while I'm gone, I'm going to turn those suckers on full blast. Since now I can, I could just let them go and I won't be here. Everything else in the house will be turned off, so the electric won't be too bad. Oh, I got a story for you guys. So the other day, I'm in here doing my day job, my fiat job in my workshop, which is my garage. And I'm on a call, so I got my headset on. I'm talking to a client, and I hear this, hello, and I'm like, what the hell is that? But I'm talking to a client. I can't stop what I'm doing. And my wife walks in from her office, and she goes, there's some dude in the driveway just saying hello. And I'm like, we're at work. Like, why are people doing this? I hate this. It's probably some freaking roofing company or something. Oh, we're down there at your neighbor's house doing some roofing work. Want to see if you need a new roof. We get those all the time here. Yeah. And can't stand that. But anyway, he wouldn't go away. And I was like, what is he doing? So finally, I get off my call. I go outside and I see and there's this guy standing there, and I'm like, "Can I help you?" And I'm about to go like total Jersey Cinco on him. Like I'm about to start dropping F-bombs. And he's like, "Hey," he's like, "I am so sorry to bother you." He's like, "I heard you were kind of on a phone. I heard some muffled talking in there, so I knew there was somebody here." He's like, "I don't mean to bother you." He's like, "But I noticed that you have a Navy flag flying on the front of your house." I was like, "Yeah, I'm a vet." And he's like, "Okay." He's like, "I was Navy too." And he was a corpsman. This is a medic. And I was like, "All right, cool. But why are you bothering me?" And then he was like, "I hear a sound coming from your house that sounds real familiar." And I kind of looked at him and he goes, "Do you mind Bitcoin?" I said, "Yeah."
That's awesome.
That's
And he
funny.
goes, "So do I." And that was the whole reason why the guy was hanging out there. So Antonio, if you're watching, I appreciate you hanging out and waiting and getting on my nerves to get me to walk outside because I'm glad I met you. So we
Yeah,
actually
that's
ended up
awesome.
exchanging information because we were like high-fiving out there talking and he was legit. Like even his email address that he gave me had something to do with Bitcoin. So I was like, all right, he's not just doing this like as a sales technique. And he was from an energy company, and I was kind of like, man, I'm with Base Power. I got a great oh cool, we just jumped up like 20 viewers. I was like, I get a great deal on my power from Base Power, so I'm not switching. But he was like, that's cool. He's like, well, my boss isn't really looking, so let's go ahead and talk Bitcoin for a few minutes. So I got to stand out there and chat with him. And I have these little where are they? Look, there was a guy on X a few months ago, and he was giving away these. Oops, trying to get it so it'll show it. These coins that have a QR code on the back of them for how many ever sats is on the front of the coin. It's like a physical Bitcoin, right? So I had gotten some from him, and I had one sitting around that was worth 20,000 sats. So I ran in the house, I grabbed it off the shelf, and I love giving people things. That's like I don't know, it's my language. I don't know. I love giving people things. I get that from my dad. And so I was like, I'll be right back. And I ran in the house and I grabbed one of those and I gave it to him. And he was like, "What's this?" And he looked at it. He's like, 20,000 sats. I was like, "It ain't much." He's like, "Dude, you just gave me Bitcoin. This is my happiest day of my work week." So
That's awesome.
it was neat
Yeah.
to just meet this guy out of nowhere, just him standing in my driveway. Like I could hear you mining in there. And I was like, that's cool. I got outed.
Did
That
you
is
invite him to Brains? I mean, if he's in Bitcoin and working in power, that's perfect.
I told him about it and he was like, he's like, "I can't make it over to that side of town then." And I was like, okay. I was like, well, keep an eye out on the channel. I'm sure I'll be putting the B-roll up and stuff. At some point we'll put it up depending on what kind of footage we get. So yeah. Dan Man, what's that? He said, "I liked and reposted on X. I'm shocked there's not more people in here for the hash power giveaway." Hey Dan, I just think it's that time of day. Some people might be at dinner or whatever. It happens once in a while. It's not a big deal. Dilly says, "That's a funny story. Bitcoin brings the people together. It really does." So yeah, and I also told him, Bobby, about the Northwest Harris County Bitcoin meetup at Paradigm Brewery that happens once a month. I was like, I've gone once. I'll go back again. But and he was like, yeah, he's like, I'll have to check that out sometime. He hasn't done much like getting with the community, but I think that's a lot of Bitcoiners, right? Like you don't really do.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, you do your stuff online, but I don't know. I kind of like doing the face-to-face stuff because I love to talk, as you all know. I love to run my mouth, so if I get some people I can talk to, I'm a happy camper.
Yeah, I'm down to go over there again. Hopefully we can actually see some people. It was just us and one other guy last time we went.
Yeah, the teacher, the school teacher.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah, and I might even talk to the folks from that and Paradigm and see if like they'll be okay with me like bringing a little tabletop tripod and like maybe I'll set my phone up and we can do a little live stream from it. See if we can get some attention to the meetup. Who knows? We'll see. But okay, so we're at 52 viewers. Cool. The countdown is now started. We're gonna give it 5 minutes. In 5 minutes, we will start taking entries for the giveaway. Bobby, I think you're gonna have to run this one if you're okay with that.
All right.
So let me know whenever you're ready, and we'll, whenever you get your stuff set up.
Everyone follow me now.
Yep.
Sure, I'll have 1 million followers by the end of the night.
I'm gonna put Bobby's stuff in chat so you can follow him if you're on X. It is on the post, but I'm gonna make sure that goes up again. Where is it? Let me get in there. Because if I don't spell it right, I don't want Bobby to yell at me. All right, here we go. On X, follow at there we go. Okay, ping that out. I think my wife just got home. All 5 dogs just evacuated the workshop. Like boom. So that only happens if the Amazon guy comes or my wife. So, all right. 5 minutes go. Well, 4 more minutes. 4 more minutes. We'll start taking entries. And just remember how we do it is when it's time, I'll put a hashtag in chat. You got to post the hashtag. That'll allow me to cut and paste your name into my little bot that will select the winner. And then at that point, we will coordinate with you to get the solo pool that you would like to have it pointed at. And remember, we do these as risk it for the biscuit. You cannot point it at a sat stacking pool. It has to go toward a solo pool of your choice. If you are not sure what pool to put it at, we'll just like keep it at Brains or we'll slap it at Atlas or something like that. Bobby will be able to make the choice this time since he's running it. Sorry guys, if you hear my dogs going nuts in the background, that's they're excited because my wife's home. But yeah, got to go to a solo pool. This isn't for stacking, 5 petahash for 2 hours of stacking sats. That's not how we want it. We're looking for somebody to risk it for the biscuit so they can win that 3.125 Bitcoin subsidy plus fees minus pool commission. Yeah. All in one breath. Cool. All right. A couple more minutes and we'll get that going. We're at 56 viewers. Right on, right on. And let's see here. Yeah. So I've been playing a lot lately with AI. So been talking with Bull and Bobby about this. I know Bull's been playing with AI as well. And Bobby, we know you always play with AI because you're skilled with that stuff. But I've been messing around with Hermes AI, and personally, I found it easier to mess with than OpenClaw, just because it's not breaking every couple days. Which I don't know if it's just Broken Claw or it's just me. But every couple days, my OpenClaw was just losing its memory. It would forget its soul, and I'd have to start over again. I've had my Hermes up now for 8 days and it's doing fine. I have sub-agents set up. I'm looking over here because that's where it's at. I have sub-agents set up. It has its own email address. It is connected to my my Google phone line. What else? It does news scraping for me so I can get topics for shows like this and for the other things I do. It has been doing follow-up emails for me with people that I'm interviewing for podcasts. And then it just once it establishes that contact, it forwards it over to me if somebody needs to reschedule or whatever. So that way we can do that. It's helping me manage my calendar. I got to tell you, it is the best personal assistant I've ever had. I love it. I love it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm glad it's working good. OpenClaw does have a lot of issues.
I think they'll get worked out. I don't think OpenClaw is like shit. I think they'll get worked out because there's, tens of thousands of people that are working on it across the globe, doing things, adding things to it and tweaking it. So I think it'll eventually be, a lot more stable. Just right now, I couldn't justify it. I just couldn't justify it anymore. But Hermes is working for me, and I can run it on my Umbrel node, which is nice. Technically I could run OpenClaw on it as well, but I ended up VPSing it because, I don't know, people just said it would be better to VPS it, but I was having a lot of problems with that. Like it would say like, hey, go into Docker and put this code in there. And I would do it and it would break everything. With Hermes, it'll be like, hey, go into Docker and do this. And I'll be like, can you do it for me? And it'll be like, yeah. I'm like, thank you. So to me, that's a lot.
Yeah, I like Hermes a lot better. It's been way more stable. Because whenever I was on OpenClaw, I tried it on the Umbrel. I tried it not on a VPS, but since I have a hypervisor here, I just spun up a VM and then just did it here. I tried it in Docker and it just broke constantly. But Hermes isn't doing that, so
I
keep
got
on
mine
using that.
a Mac Mini, and it's the same thing. It breaks constantly. It's mostly updates, and you lose it loses node access and stuff from the Apple. They have a when it restarts or you upgrade the software, it kind of loses all its access, and then you have to grant it all back. Run Doctor, it's a process.
Yeah. How's your stuff? I know you've been doing some more. I don't know if you're comfortable with talking about it. You don't have to get into specifics, Bull, but I know you've been doing some a little bit deeper stuff than I'm doing. Like my stuff is all just very shallow, like small business guy stuff. You've been kind of playing with it a little more, right? Like getting a little deeper into having it doing jobs for you and stuff.
Yeah, yeah. I'm working on something pretty in depth with it, and I'm gonna see the final results and decide if I want to share with people or not. I'm not sure yet. Um, but yeah, that's still an ongoing process that I've been working on for a long time. But it's working out good. I mean, for the most part, it just dumbs out sometimes, you know. It OpenClaw just dumbs out sometimes. But they stopped allowing people to use the subscription for Claude, and then now, from what I've seen, they're allowing people to use it again.
Mhm.
The only change is they're not allowing it on the max plan, the regular plan, the pro plan.
Mhm.
They're only allowing it on the max plan. So that's a couple new changes that they got going on right now.
You know, and
Yeah, I don't have $200 a month to spare for that.
that's where
That's
I'm at with it.
ridiculous.
Like I pay for my chat
It's like
GPT.
260, I think I pay.
Yeah.
God.
And see, I got my whatever $20 a month chat GPT thing that I do, so I've got that. But I was looking at Claude and I was gonna buy a thing with it, and then it was like, oh, instead of it being like, okay, not necessarily unlimited, but you got a lot of room. Um, damn, we got 68 people in here. Only one person so far is putting in. Come on, guys. Y'all sleeping tonight. Um, but yeah, I feel like one of those guys on if you've ever done what's that called? Whatnot, where you can bid on things live. I feel like that because chat's sleeping, chat's sleeping. Um, the thing that I didn't like about Claude was it was like, okay, you buy your entry level membership, but you still are throttled with what you can do and you can run out of stuff. But you can buy more. And I was like, okay, you're gonna nickel and dime me to death. I'm not gonna do it. So with Hermes, it has not asked me for money once. So I mean, I'm not running big ass jobs with it, but it also
Where are
hasn't
you
asked
getting
me for
your
money.
tokens from?
It hasn't asked me for tokens. I have it connected to my chat GPT thing and it's been fine and it hasn't been charging me anything. So
Oh, okay. So just like the regular chat
yeah,
GPT
I'm
plan then.
using it through it had me set up Codex for chat GPT. So it
Okay.
connects like you can connect it to it. Which is OpenClaw had me just put in an API thing. With Hermes, it was like, hey, do this Codex thing and give me the API from that, because that way it's kind of like a developer function. And I was like, right on. So
I should
Yeah, so
see
it's
if they
going.
can do that with Claude. I just use the API because I have a bunch of API credits.
Yeah, so that's what I was suggesting with the subscription. So you're using your ChatGPT subscription. That's what it's doing. It's not using API tokens. It's going through your subscription.
right.
Um, Claude was doing the same thing. They allowed you with the subscription, and then they took you off. Now they put you back on. So, but yeah, I was using the tokens from Claude as well. I ended up racking up like $800 of fucking tokens. I was like, oh
Yeah.
shit.
That's where I saw
Yeah,
it
it
going
racks
with
up.
me too. And I was like, nope.
But the good thing I'm back on this, so 250 doesn't sound bad to me anymore. Especially it's pretty much unlimited. I've been constantly working on it like every day, and I didn't hit the max. And it refreshes every Thursday, and I still got like 85% right now, or yeah, pretty much. And in 20 hours it'll start all over. So it's
Mhm.
pretty good if you're doing heavy stuff.
Wolfie says, yeah, unless you use Codex for like an actual job or daily, it works fine. I use Codex for scripts you see on Telegram group too, and I've hit no limits. Yeah. Yeah, right. He said like maybe if you use like a crap ton, it would hit some limits, but my operation isn't so big that that's a problem. So I haven't run into any issues.
No, it seems like you hit the sweet spot of exactly what you need,
Mhm.
and it's not killing the bank either, and it sounds like you guys set up pretty good, perfect the way you need it.
Yeah, and it said to me it was like because I had it interview me, which I did with OpenClaw too. Somebody had recommended that, like have the AI interview you so it knows what services you're looking for. It can make recommendations. So I said, interview me. This is what I want to do. Ask me some, get some rabbit hole questions, focused on my, Bitcoin mining and blah, blah, blah. And I do this with X and it did. And then it was like, what we recommend is go ahead and just, we'll codex in your Chat GPT. And as a backup, you can do Google Gemini. And you should be fine. And again, I haven't hit an API wall yet. It had me do some other things, Open Router and a couple other things that it had me add in there for some things. I gave it 3 different browsers that it wanted. Just whatever it asked me to do, I did and set it up. And then it was like, okay, now that you've set all this up, now I want you to cycle your passwords because, we've done all this stuff and we want to make sure you're secure. So I was like, okay, cool. So we did that. We cycled all the passwords and everything. And I liked that it said that, like, it's been sending me reminders like, hey, you've been using this now for a while. Go ahead and refresh that password and let's change that up a little bit. And I was like, that's really, I appreciate that it gives me those reminders. So.
Yeah, that is good. That open thing that you're talking about, that's just a bunch of different LLMs that you could use, right?
Right. Yeah. It kind of helps them all talk to each other. So,
Yeah.
all right. Let me see here. All right. So we're going to go ahead. Looks like we got like 4 people here that are going for it, man. It's one of those weeks. So, all right, let me see here. I'm going to put
for a chance to win.
Yep. Let me see here. I will eventually set that bot up, guys. I promise you, or you'll just see it in the chat. Let's see here.
And what do they have to do to get into that 1 in 4? They just hashtag something?
Hashtag Bobby. That was it. Just had to type in hashtag Bobby.
That's crazy. 60 people don't want to do that. I would have did it too. I would have put the hashtag in there.
Yeah.
That's
Let me make sure I got everybody. Yeah. And I even told, because Wolfie won last week, but I was like, man, if nobody else is going to do it, put your name in the hat. All right, let's see here. We've got Dan, we got Wolfie, we got Dilly, we got Jez. Okay, hold on. Make sure I got Jez in there.
Maybe they're not really feeling the hash rate. Maybe we have to do something else.
Right? I got some other.
We'll fill it out. We'll see how it goes next week and stuff.
Okay. All right.
So we're doing 75,000 sets.
Yeah. And then I'll just remind me later and I'll lightning that over to you. You guys ready to see who the winner was?
Was it Bull? Dan.
The winner's Dan.
Congrats, Dan.
Congrats, Dan.
Send me your wallet and a pool of choice.
There you go. Yeah, Dan, if you can if you've got Bobby on your X, then if you can, now he's on YouTube, but I think he does have an account because he's messaged us before. Because yes, Dan, if you want to hit up, you can DM Bobby on X. If not, you can DM me because I think you and I have DM'd in the past, right? Let me double check. Dan Man, oh, he's on there. Okay, he's on there, Bobby. He should be able to send you a direct. I see that he's been resharing the posts. So
Sweet.
Yeah. So
okay, I'll look for your DM.
Yeah, it is Dan Man TX70. So all right. Congrats, Dan. All right. So while he's doing that, we'll keep an eye out. Dan, make sure you let Bobby know your pool and the receive wallet. Remember the receive wallet, not your private wallet key. And we'll get that going for you. And then I'll pull up on the whatever solo pool you want to use. We'll pull it up and we'll track it for the rest of the show. But yeah, so I know we're a Bitcoin mining show, but the reason why I'm talking about the AI stuff is because there's a lot of intersecting going on with that right now. It is helping me to make my mining operations a lot more efficient. I have actually been plugging in data from my miners to my AI and asking it to manage it and monitor it for trends. That's been cool because it's telling me which miners I have are, doing well, which ones aren't. It shows me what times of day there's, if there's spikes or if there's droughts. So it's kind of interesting because that allows me to ask my host, Like, hey, if I noticed a pattern, for instance, like I'm making up an example here, like, hey, I notice every day at about 6 o'clock, I lose about 10% of my efficiency. What are you guys got going on about then that happens? So I wouldn't really know that without a lot of data, like personal data digging, if I wasn't just plugging it right into my AI, I have an agent set up to track that. And it just asks me to scrape the data for it and I give it to it. And then that's it. Eventually I'll probably be able to connect it right to my software and it can check it out. Oh, okay. I'm going to share that over for you, Dan. Hold on one second. Bobby, I'm going to be sending you some information. Bobby, keep an eye on our, midweek miner. There's the wallet. And Dan, what pool do you want to go to, sir? Okay. Yeah, so it's been actually helping with that. It's been helping me keep tabs on things, especially because we've talked about this in the past, guys. When you have your stuff hosted, that doesn't mean it's fire and forget. He wants it right on brains, Bobby.
Cool. So not Parasite. Okay.
Okay, there we go. Not Parasite. Yeah.
Been some heat on Parasite lately.
Right, there has, and I saw they like 5 exahash or something the other day. They did like a whole big event over that, and they got nothing out of it.
I accidentally stumbled into that and I was like, what the hell is going on?
I mean, hey, good on them for trying. That's cool that they tried, but it was like that was that was interesting. They had like a 1 in 5 chance or something and they didn't get anything. But that just shows you Bitcoin, anybody can win. Doesn't matter. But,
okay, how long do we want to do?
Do it for give them 2 hours.
2 hours?
Yeah, see what he can get for 2 hours. All right, Dan, we're getting you set up right now, buddy. And then I'll plug your wallet information in here shortly.
18 petahash.
Right on. You're getting 18 petahash for 2 hours, dude. Good luck to you, Dan. You know the rules. If you hit, you owe us all steak dinners. So, yeah. Bull, you use your AI for anything related to your mining yet?
The only thing that I used it related to mining, which is not really mining, is more like accounting stuff, is I uploaded all my receipts, all my bills, invoices, everything to do with everything of it, and it literally just spit out like everything for my CPA, depreciation, when I bought it, how many I got. It's
That
like
counts.
so much information. It was crazy.
Dude,
But
that
yeah,
counts.
nothing specifically like with the mining end of it. No.
Yeah, man. No, but still it's still mining related. Like it just might not be directly, concerning the units, but it's still your mining farm. So that definitely counts. And that takes a lot of that stress off you of managing that stuff, helps you to run more efficient. I mean, to me, that's the goal being a miner, right? We always talk about efficiency, whether it's, joules or whatever. We want efficiency. So if you're being more efficient with your time, that's more time for other things with your family, with your main, your day job that you have, whatever else. It
Oh, it
helps
saved
take
me
care
a
of that.
shit ton of time. Definitely
Yeah.
shit ton of time. I
Yeah.
didn't have to go through every receipt, every bill, everything. And then I got different hosted facilities and then the payouts from all the pools. Like it just literally did it all.
Yep.
It was really nice. Yeah.
That is definitely something that's worth it. And I have mine to send me reminders about certain things, like if I want to. I'm gonna pull up that solo thing. Bobby, once your thing goes through, let me know and I'll pull up the tracker. Yeah, I have mine set up to send me reminders about things like, hey, it's time to check the fans on the monitors, the miners here at the house. Time to check your fans, time to do this. What else? I have it check for firmware updates and let me know what they are. Not that I do the firmware updates immediately when they come out, but I just like to know that they've come out. So, there's a bunch of different things. It'll be like 11 o'clock at night. I'm laying in bed about to fall asleep and I'll grab my phone and I'll hop into the Telegram chat with my Hermes agent and I'll be like, hey, remind me tomorrow to, contact the host and ask about this, and it will. The next morning, bing, I get that message. Hey, don't forget to call so and so. So yeah, cool stuff. Cool
We
stuff.
are active.
Okay, let me see. So
No hash rate yet, but we are active.
gotcha. All right, we'll give it a minute, and then it'll do its thing. So we're prepped and ready for Dan the Man. So awesome. No, seriously, his name is Dan Man on there. So I'm not just being a dorky old guy. But anything that you guys can think of that would be that AI that is mining or mining adjacent, that are some things that people should look into, like any cool things, like, hey, it could really help you with this, like off the top of your head.
Well, you could have it set up for different alerts, right? You could have it if hash rate goes over certain thresholds, Bitcoin price goes to a certain price, it could send you messages. You could do a lot of things like that,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure how else you could incorporate it.
I'm sure there's 1,000 ways.
Yeah,
At
I'm
least
sure there
1,000
is. I just
ways.
can't think straight right now.
Mm-hmm. No, I feel you. It's been a long day. Long day. What about you, Bobby? You think anything we can use? We can tip people off about to use that for? I think we might actually need to get a guest on here that does AI stuff. Like get some of the guys from that Noose Laboratories down there in Austin that run Hermes, and see if one of their guys would be
that'd be
interested in
awesome.
coming on and be like, look, I want you to talk to my Bitcoiner buddies. Tell us how this can help. I mean, I'm sure they'd be happy to hop on and talk about it.
Or even have him put something together that works that he could introduce on the show.
Mm-hmm.
Tell him, what, how Bitcoin mining is, and maybe you could set up something and then you could just show it.
Yeah. Yeah, I got the reports going. They're not how I would like it. They're pulling up a bunch of old information or just getting information like very wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So I gotta drill that down, make sure it's how I like it. And then I'll just do those probably daily. I don't think you'd really need to do any more than that.
Yeah, I think that's.
I'm
sorry. Go ahead. Didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh yeah. Something that's a little different, but also on Bitcoin mining is after our talk with HT, Huddle Tarantula, I put myself through 2 courses, one on off-grid power generation, and then the other one on HVAC. So I got a full like syllabus of coursework to do for the rest of the year.
Cool. And see, that's neat, right? So it's Bitcoin adjacent, right? It's Bitcoin and Bitcoin mining adjacent. It might not directly be contributing to your hash rate, but it's helping you with your other endeavors that are surrounding what you do. And key thing you said there a minute ago, though, Bobby, that to make sure people understand, especially if you're new with AI, you gotta double check it. You can't just go off what it tells you. It is wrong frequently. And you've got to train it sometimes. You got to tell it like, hey, that was incorrect, and here's why. I need you to double check this. And then you can kind of teach it to like double check itself. Chat GPT for me is really bad about that. Like I actually get in like, I curse at my Chat GPT sometimes. I'm like, are you effing kidding me? We've been through this 3 times this week, Chat GPT. Why are you giving me bad information? That's not what I just sent you. And it's like, oh, I'm sorry, my bad. Like it starts doing the fake AI apology thing. And I know people are like, oh God, that wastes electricity and computing power by having it do that. I don't give a shit. I say
I'm
please
just
and
fucking
thank you to my
annoyed
AI
by
as
that
well.
stuff. It's like, don't be sorry, be right.
Yep.
I curse mine out all the time.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, you got to double check it. You can't just rely on it. I actually put up a post once for Via BTC that I went off of what it said, and I thought I double checked it, and I didn't. And I put the post up, and somebody called me on it. They were like, "That's incorrect," and I had to take it down.
Yeah.
And I hate that. I don't like giving people bad information. I don't like doing that. But yeah, you gotta check it. I mean, you could put like you could take a screenshot, and I do this all the time. Like when I make my little like difficulty adjustment posts, and I put it up, and it has like the little chart that it makes for me through the AI. But like I'll take a screenshot of mempool, and I'll attach that right to my thing, and I'll be like, here, I need to make a graphic that explains what's going on here. Here's the numbers, and I'll plug it right in. I'll type it in, and it will still put the wrong numbers in there. And it's like, what are you doing? It's like, quit vibing. Just do what I told you. So you got to double check that stuff. Definitely got to.
Yeah, that's what I was most annoyed with is like right on the report, the first thing I had it telling me is different stats about like hash rate, global hash rate, and like the difficulty adjustment and stuff, and it was way off. It was like, oh, block time is like 13 minutes. It's like we haven't had that since I've been in Bitcoin, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just way off.
Yep.
Thought the price was like 85,000.
I had the same thing.
Been there since like February.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
like
it was like
this info was just way off.
Like 200,000 blocks off when I did it last time. Last difficulty adjustment was like 200,000 blocks off, and it was like 89. It was saying Bitcoin was at 89,000 US dollars, and that the current global hash rate was like 656 exahash. I was like, what universe are you tapping into? What quantum jump did you just do to another parallel universe that this is true? So
where does it have to get in its information from? Do you know?
So from what I did for mine, I actually, like I said, it was a screenshot of mempool.space that I took, and then a screenshot of time chain calendar from the app. And then I even told it what I wanted in there, and it still got it wrong. I was like, where are you pulling this from? And it was like, oh yeah, this data, you're right, it's incorrect. It's like, yeah. It's like that meme with the guy that's like, is this mushroom edible? And he eats it and dies.
Yeah, it's like, yeah.
It's like, I'm sorry about that. You're absolutely right. This will kill you instantly. Let me show you a bunch of other types of mushrooms. And the guy's dead. It's at his grave. So,
yeah, I think the LLM issue, like if you use the not so great ones, they just dumb out more than the more advanced ones. That's all it is.
Yeah, well, you got to give it web search. Like I'm going to be using the Brave API key.
Brave API key is what I use too. Yeah, and Fire. There's another one. It's another. I'm gonna look it up because now I feel stupid. Search. Where? It's called Firecrawl. Firecrawl.dev is one of the ones that Hermes told me it wanted me to use. It was like Firecrawl.dev, Brave, the Brave one, and then it was like, and also it said, and I'll also use Chrome just to bounce things off of it. But I've noticed it like it never uses Chrome as a primary. So, yeah. But I like that Brave browser actually. Oh, calm down there, lads. Dog's getting feisty behind me.
It's too crypto-y for me. I used it for a little while, but then I was like,
yeah, didn't like it.
Feels scummy. Yeah, I know a lot of people in IT love it, but I'm just like, no.
Fair enough.
So I draw data. Sorry to interrupt you.
Very good.
I draw data for stuff like that, for hash rate and all that stuff, and I post it usually evenings or mornings. Like kind of like
yeah, I've seen those.
Yeah, I forgot about that. And I post them on my Twitter. Usually every morning, every evening. I've kind of missed days recently. I've just been extremely busy this last week or so. But I try to post them when I can. But yeah, it pulls. I think it pulls from mempool.space, pretty sure. But it's been pretty friggin' accurate though. It's even up to the time it pulls it, it's right on the block on where we're at currently. So
I'm gonna have to start I'm gonna try that this week with Hermes. I'm gonna ask it to go ahead. I haven't done it through Hermes yet. For the difficulty adjustments, I'm going to ask it this week. I'll even tell it like, go to mempool.space, or since I have it running through my home network, I can always just have it look at my own mempool, and I'll just ask it to pull it off of there, and I want to see how accurate it'll be. So
yeah, that's what I'd rather do, because then you can't get rate limited or just blocked.
And Bull, do you just have it pull the data and then you put that into a post yourself in X, or do you have it like auto posting for you?
That automatically puts it together for me. I just copy and paste it right into X.
Yeah. Because I noticed if you wanted it to like I don't really want the AI to be posting to my X account. To me, that's kind of, I don't know. That's a little bit more than I want to do.
Them detecting it and canceling your X account.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
then, and it looks like you have to, there, X requires you to buy tokens, it looks like. So,
Yeah, I bought tokens from X and I still got them. I the only reason I bought them is so I could have my Claude, my OpenClaw, um, read tweets. So I just use the tokens for retweets, but it's really cheap.
mhm,
It's really, really cheap for that part of it. But I don't use it to post, just to just to retweets.
gotcha. Looks like Dan hit what, 6 gig best share?
Yeah, I have my OpenClaw. There's a bunch of like OpenClaw videos like Alex Finn and all them guys that drop all the videos and that Carpet D guy, whatever, and all these YouTube videos. There's like 6 or 8 of them,
Hmm.
and I have mine set up where it automatically watches the video for me and just gives me a summary, and then it suggests out of the things that they made the video on. It says, "Hey, he's talking. He gives me the summary and said you might be able to utilize this what he did." And then I'll ask it, is this a good option? Is this, and then it'll suggest it and I'll implement it if I need to. So I don't have to sit there and watch the videos. It just gives me a summary. It's pretty cool. And that's the same thing
Oh,
with the
that's
tweets.
great.
It's like 8 or 10 accounts. That's all related to like OpenClaw and Claude and everything related to how to make your Claude bot better.
Hmm.
And it does the same thing. It takes the tweets and it tells me, suggests what I might be interested in or might work for what I'm doing. And then I'll just implement it from there. So it saves me a lot of time with that. I don't have to sit there and watch videos on what everybody's doing on the internet with them.
Right on.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I
Efficiency.
got a 4-day weekend coming up. Today is my last day of the week.
Ooh, lucky you.
So that's what I'm gonna be doing.
Right on, right on. I'm excited for tomorrow, man. I this is going to be the first time I get to tour an actual like Bitcoin facility. So I'm excited about tomorrow going and
Yeah.
seeing the Brains facility. That's going
It
to
is
be cool.
exciting. I wish I could go.
We'll get you some
Yeah, it's gonna
video.
be awesome.
We'll get you some video. But yeah, man, I'm excited for it. And then if you ever do come down and cruise out of down here sometime, Bowling, we'll reach out to the guys at Braids and see if we can get you over there. We'll do like, hey, could I swing by with Bowling? We'll take a little tour.
Yeah,
Yeah,
from what I've seen, that Biddy's place, it's like a Bitcoin themed brewery or something, right?
it's funny.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry,
Nope.
I
Go ahead.
jumped in.
Go ahead, buddy.
Answer his question first. I got a habit of doing that. I'm
No,
sorry.
no, dude. All I do is talk. Go ahead. I just run my mouth, so you go right ahead.
No, I was gonna say after we spoke about the cruise out of Galveston, I went to go check my comps and they sent me a shit ton of them now. It's like
Nice.
they heard you or something. I
Yep.
got so many free cruises out of Galveston right now.
Mhm. Oh, and on that note, just want to put this out there. Okay, just throwing this out there. My wife has decided to reopen her travel agency. So
Oh,
anybody out there that,
okay.
yeah, I'll
Nice.
be posting things about that on X so you guys can see that. It will be coming out, and just so you know, just so you people who might not understand this, travel agents don't get a commission from you. Their commission comes out of the back end of the profit from the whoever, like if they're getting you a cruise, the cruise company pays them out of the back end. It doesn't raise up your cost to use them. Okay, so like understand that. Um,
And I'll
Oh,
add something
okay.
to that too, which you probably know. But travel agents also have access to certain things that normal people don't, and they
right.
get a certain allotment of rooms that sometimes they're not available.
Mm-hmm.
So it might be in the best interest sometimes to talk with a travel agent because they might be able to get things that you can't get if you did
Yep.
it on your own.
Yep. And
Yeah, that's
add-ons.
awesome.
All kinds of like
Yeah,
she can
I'm
get
I'm I'm
add-ons.
definitely gonna be heading your way.
Right on. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. We'll be making that announcement soon. She's getting all the paper. My wife was a travel agent for many years, and then COVID hit, and nobody was traveling, and it just, I mean, that was it. So, she went back to work in insurance. We made the decision that had to happen, and but anyway, she can do, thanks to AI and thanks to Bitcoin. Like I really need to put that out there. The reason why I brought this up, thanks to AI and thanks to Bitcoin, we're going to be able to do this as her I don't want to call it a side gig, but like a like complementary gig, because there's a lot of things that she would normally have to do herself that we can automate, like scraping data that she needs and things that she would normally have to sit there and do herself. We're going to be able to automate that. And with Bitcoin, Bitcoin mining has taken some of that pressure off us that we can now wait for her business to ramp up again. Like we have that cushion, we have that ability. So I love that because my wife is very good at it. She is, like, I'm telling you, man, like you could say to her, I think I've said this before on the show, but like you can say to my wife, okay, I'm in Las Vegas and I'm standing next to the Venetian, but I want to be able to go to like something on Fremont Street. I want to go to the Mob Museum down off of Fremont. Where's the best place to get an Uber to get there quicker from within like 5 minutes walking distance where I'm at? She can tell you like, okay, the best place to get Ubers on the strip near Venetian are blah, 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 blah. My wife is just zoned in on tourism and tourist stuff. It is her.
That's awesome.
She consumes so many YouTube videos and magazine articles and blog posts about it. It's amazing the knowledge she retains. It's just amazing. So
That's awesome. Yeah, I took her advice on that pizza place, and yeah, I finally found good Chicago deep dish in Houston.
there you go.
I thought it was impossible.
Pizza. What's that place called? I forget it now.
Star Pizzeria?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, she knows that stuff, man. It's funny how you could just mention something to her or be like on a cruise ship and be like, hey, this is my first time on the Disney Magic. And then she'll be like, oh, have you tried the blah, blah, blah in the so-and-so, galley yet? In this one particular main dining room. And people are like, no, I didn't even know about that. But like, yeah, it's not on the menu, but you can ask about it. She just knows this stuff. It's amazing.
That's awesome.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I've already told you about that cruise I want to take, so I will definitely be using her services for that.
I want to do a Bitcoin cruise.
I would definitely go. 100% I would.
Yeah. Where
If
she
we could
can
get a bunch of people go on Bitcoin cruise.
Sounds like a wrench attack.
Hey, listen, I would suck it up for that.
I don't know if I'd go on a Bitcoin cruise.
we would need
just
10
introduce
couples.
myself with somebody else.
Yeah, we would need like 10 couples, and then she can get a group discount rate. And then they also throw in a bunch of perks with that too. Like we can have like a cocktail hour one night in one of the bars, and that it's complimentary. Like there's all kinds of stuff they'll throw in when the travel agents set that stuff up. So they do it as like a group cruise thing. So we've been talking about that for like a couple years now. Like we should try to get a Bitcoin cruise. I had brought it up once, like last year in the Bitcoin Army. I was like, what do y'all think? And like it was crickets. Nobody responded, and I was like, well, sorry, hun. I guess that ain't happening.
People don't cruise. I don't know. I feel like they're still, learning about cruises. I feel like still early.
Yeah. But yeah, man.
I took one cruise when I was like 4.
Yeah.
So this
Where'd
is
you
very
go?
new to me. We went to the Bahamas.
Okay.
Yeah.
My first cruise was to Cancun when I was a kid. I went with my sisters and I never got off the ship.
Oh, wow.
So I was like, okay, there's nothing fun to do here. I think my sisters got off the ship in Cancun and they got blitz drunk, and I stayed on the ship with another family member the whole time. So
yeah, we took we were on the Florida Keys, and we went to like Disney, and we went on a cruise to the Bahamas. I think it was the last ditch attempt to save my parents' marriage before they got divorced.
there's always something like that, right? Hey,
yeah.
A Bitcoin cruise would be interesting. Can you imagine like if somebody like Rockstar showed up and like he's the whole time he's in his mask and shit on the ship, and people are like looking at him funny? Like, who's this terrorist on the ship?
Yeah.
So yeah, man. No, anyway, I know we're kind of like diverging off that topic there, but my point is Bitcoin mining and AI have both enabled me to do things with my family that we were not able to do in the past. And I'm really happy about that and thankful for it. And I just see, I see it getting better. So, more cool things. And I really, really hope more people start mining. I don't think mining's in a bad place. I'm actually working on an article right now, for Via BTC. Actually, they asked me to do an article about, basically it's exploring right now where home mining is at. Since the market hasn't been great lately from a US dollar standpoint compared to last year. Are people still home mining? Is it even worth it? Or do the farms pretty much run things? And I said, this is kind of hard having me write this because I'm going to come at it with the attitude of, hell yeah, home miners, there's still more, home miners than there are farms. So, just from that standpoint, it just shows that it's a thing. There's still people buying Avalon Qs and Nano 3Ss and bit axes and putting them in their houses these are people who have never had a miner before. So, that was kind of the angle I'm coming at, but like, I need to get raw data as well so I can back that up. And that's something that AI is helping me with as well, but to try to get that data. But I think the further we go into 2026 and enter into 2027, I think we're going to see more people getting introduced to mining through like heat punking than through a lot of things. I think heat punking right now is what's introducing a lot of people to home mining. So that's my take.
Yeah,
That's
I'd like to
simplest
see the data on that because I mean I love Bitcoin mining, just like I love running home servers. But when I look at the financials, I'm like, is it really worth it if you're just looking at money?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're using it for heat reuse, it's definitely great, definitely a no-brainer.
Yeah, but it's dependent on your climate. So
Exactly. Hard where we're at, right? Kind of hard where we're at, but there's a lot of people that live in the cold areas. So sorry, I was distracted. I have a mining rig manufacturer that is currently messaging me about sending some mining rigs for us to do giveaways. So it was distracting me. So keep an eye
Oh,
out
that's
for that.
good. Maybe want people engage a little more.
Mhm.
I feel like mining is still like a little niche category, even mining. So
oh, 100%.
yeah, so then, the audience that we have, it's like, all right, there's probably not too many people even know how to, you know, how the hash rate works.
Mhm.
So that I don't know. I feel like we're still so freaking early. It's nuts.
Yeah.
But
Sorry,
yeah,
guys.
getting people to get a miner first would probably, help out.
Yeah. Did y'all see the video of the admiral that's mentioning that the U.S. military runs a node?
Yeah.
So yeah, we're not that early
Right.
anymore, but yeah, we're still very early.
Well, and it's interesting because you think back to the beginning of Bitcoin, right? Everybody was a miner in the beginning. Everybody was a miner. If you were into Bitcoin, that's what you were doing. Like that was how you did it. And then you know, it flipped, right? So now it's kind of, the miners are not the majority of Bitcoiners. So
Yeah.
Yeah, a
I
lot of
mean,
the big
even he said that they're running a node, but he specifically said we are not mining. I was
yeah,
like, wow, okay.
not directly. I guarantee you, there's some guys in the barracks with
Oh
free
yeah,
electricity
definitely.
that are running freaking miners. I guarantee you.
100%.
I
Call
would.
that the Wolfie stack.
The Wolfie stack, exactly right. They're Wolfie in that stuff. Sorry, go ahead, Bull. You were about to say something. I cut you off, my
No,
friend.
yeah, it's fine. I feel like a lot of people that are into Bitcoin don't even know nothing about mining. That's even been around Bitcoin for a long time,
Mhm.
Yeah.
which is weird.
I think it's
But
weird too. Mhm.
maybe just
It's
like
all
you
about
said, maybe
number
just the
go
real
up to some
OGs,
people.
maybe just the real OGs because they did it in the beginning and then stopped.
Mhm.
But I feel like after a certain point, I feel like everybody that got into Bitcoin, they know nothing, and some of them don't even care to know anything.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's weird because, nothing against retail Bitcoin folks. There's a lot of really cool people in that. But I think the people that I relate to most in the Bitcoin community are the miners. I found that like I feel that more of a connection. It's a mindset, right? Like I I don't want to sit there and talk about MCAP. I don't want to sit there and talk about, volume traded today and again, not knocking it. It's just not my thing. But if somebody wants to talk to me about, hey, I hit a new a high best difficulty on one of my devices, and it's funny because it's not even my highest hashing device. My Nano 3S or my Q hit a higher best difficulty than my S19 did in the last 6 months. That kind of stuff to me is more interesting. Like, but that's me. I'm a techie nerd. I like that kind of stuff.
No,
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm the same way.
Yep. Dan says, water heater Bitcoin miner is cool. You know, when you guys watch, if you watch that, like I said, tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Central, the Bitcoin mining show on Altair's YouTube channel, I interviewed the guys at Gecko Sciences. And one of the things they talk about is there's a company, I'm kind of like outing one of the key points of that show, but like a little teaser. There's a company in France called Hestia, and they make water heaters. Okay. And they make old school, like the radiator style water heaters. Okay. Like, you know what I mean? Like the old cast iron style, but they're modern with a hash board in it. And they've kind of made radiator Bitcoin miners that they're designing to be used in Europe. So it's kind of like, I guess, like almost like a hydro cooled home heater miner. And I thought that was interesting as hell.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I thought the name sounded familiar. Yeah, the Hestia is the Greek goddess of the hearth, home, and family.
There you go.
So it makes sense.
The more you know from Bobby. But yeah, cool stuff like that, man. And having that talk with Daniel Tadros a couple weeks ago about just the heat punking like they're doing in Liberty City up there in Montreal. I'm trying to get some of the heat punk guys after Bitcoin Vegas is done. I'm trying to get some of those on the show so that way we can talk with them as well. Right now I'm having a dearth of interviewees because of Bitcoin Vegas next week. So I may have to have a bye week next week for Bitcoin mining show as well. Avril may kill me because of that, but I'm doing my best, and it's just hard. Everybody's busy right now with with Bitcoin Vegas. So everybody's like, can we talk the week after that? And I'm like, sure.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Dan says, my BitAxe Gamma has a high difficulty of 398.1G, and my Nerd QX++ only has a high difficulty of 12G. Go figure. I have a Q right now, and a Gen 1 Q. It's not even a plus plus. A Gen 1 Q that has a 753G difficulty. It's one of my highest for my small boy miners.
Nice. I think mine was only what, 40 something, my highest, I think.
Yeah. So, and that was like 2 months ago.
I have a QX.
I also have a Q here. I don't know what's wrong with it. It won't work. So I got another one. I've had two small boy miners die in the past 3 weeks. So I got to figure out what's wrong with that one. I'm going to have to dissect it when I got some time. But I hook power up to it and just nothing happens. So like nothing turns on. So it's not getting juice. I have to play with that. All right, let's go ahead and start wrapping it up. We're over on time here. And I know these guys probably want to get on with the rest of their night. Before we go though, any final thoughts, anything you guys want to talk about, any topics we need to hit? Bobby, Bull?
If you're in the Houston area, come out to Brains. It's going to be really cool. And they're going to have barbecue, and you can tour the mining facility, and yeah, pretty excited about that.
Right on.
Yeah, you guys should write down a couple notes of things you want to ask them so you don't forget. Because I notice whenever I go places, I have all these things I want to ask somebody, and then when I get there, I fucking forget everything.
Yep. And I have.
Do they have hydro there?
I think it's all air cooled.
I think it's all air cooled. Yeah.
We'll find out though. Tomorrow we'll find out. And I have a habit of like saying like, and I don't think ahead. So like, I'm going to have to print out the questions tonight and have them on paper, because I'll just be like, oh, I have it on my phone, but I'm recording with my phone. So how am I supposed to look at it, Cinco? So I'll have to print that out tonight. So I have it on paper, old school, in my hand. So.
I actually pulled all my hash rate off of Brains finally because I got frustrated with them. Just for the two-factor authentication, that's it. It's the only thing I didn't really care for. It was a little frustrating. They didn't fix it. But
hey,
yeah, it is what it is.
Exactly right. It is what it is. The saying I grew up with. It is what it is. My dad used to tell me that all the time. I'd complain about something. It is what it is.
So. But yeah, have fun, guys, tomorrow, and definitely record and take notes. It's gonna be cool.
Yeah, and if they'll let me live stream while we're there, I will. Okay, so just keep an eye out for that. We will be recording as well. Like I'll record everything that I can, but if we can live stream, I definitely will, and then I can always do snippets from that. But we'll see what they say. It's their facility. I want to respect their their whatever they have for privacy and whatnot. So, but yeah, if they'll let
One
us,
thing I am interested in. I'm curious what's the majority they're running. That's what I'm interested in.
we'll get to
Are,
see it.
are they running any S19s? Are they mostly XPs? I'm curious on what they're running.
Dude, we're gonna walk in there and it's gonna be a room of 15,000 Bidax Gamma 602s, all made by Pleb Source. Be smoke coming out.
That'll be funny.
No, but seriously, we'll try to get that going. Hey, we just hit 90. Nice, 90 people.
Oh, I didn't even think about it, but yeah, since Pleb Source is there, I'll see if I can buy a 602 off of him because I need
Right.
another one to fill up my PC case thing that I got from Crypto Cloaks.
There you go. I'll see. Yeah, hopefully. You never know. For all we know, Joel might have a table set up there with some stuff. If that's the case, we might be coming home with presents because I'll be doing the same thing. Like, I want that. I want that. So I'll tell you what, not for nothing, Bobby, the LV07 that they jailbroke, that Marshall and crew jailbroke and put the Bidax software on, the AXOS software, that sucker for me is a champion. I got one of those from them, and it runs at like 7.2 terahash. It's clocked at like 6 or 6.5 is what they advertise it at. Mine's consistently at like 7.2, and I never have a problem with it. It gets decent. Decent best shares or best difficulties. It's a cool little miner.
And that's the one that was like a script miner that they made into.
No, that's the hammer miner you're thinking of. No, okay. This is it's a lucky miner. It's like one of the Chinese lucky miners, and they just jailbroke it like instant. No warranty on this sucker the second they touched it, and they made it so it didn't have its proprietary firmware on it. They jailbroke it and they threw AXOS open source firmware on it. So it was
already mining Bitcoin. Okay.
Yep. So, and it's pretty neat because it shows up in my Swarm page. So it just shows up with an orange dot next to it because it's like it's the things like I think this is a Gamma or maybe it's a Supra. I don't know. Like it can't tell what it is, but yeah, but it works.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, Marshall's always screwing with stuff. All right, guys, we're going to call it here. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Really appreciate it. Dan, congratulations again. I see you're holding strong right now. It's showing your 5-minute hash rate at 19.2 petahash. You are ticking away, my friend. I hope you hit a block. That would be awesome if you do. We'll let you guys know if there's going to be a show next week. Not too sure if we're doing it. If we are, it'll probably only be on X because I'll have to be on the phone and have the headphones in. Dan says, thanks again, guys, for all your info. I'll post the final difficulty of my hash power later tonight. Thank you, sir. We appreciate that when you check in with us.
Thank you.
Everybody else, have a great night. Bull, Bobby, have a great one. Bobby, I will see you tomorrow. I'll shoot you a text in a little bit so we can coordinate what's going to go on tomorrow.
Congrats,
see you
Dan.
tomorrow.